What's up, guys? It's Monday morning, December 30th. I hope you all had a excellent Christmas, and I hope you're going to have a great New Year's coming up. I have not been doing much filming the past couple weeks. My kids were sick, and then I got sick, and it's been a rough couple of weeks. So I haven't been doing much around here except the bare minimum, just kind of getting orders out. So everybody's healthy now. Going to get back into the swing of things, and I've got I think around 10 eBay orders going out the door today, so let's get to work. Sold a handful of cameras over the weekend. These cameras have been doing really well for me. Sold this one right here, and it has a very cool look. It's got red bellows inside. I'll pop it out real quick and show you guys. I just love the look of those bellows. It's really cool. This one sold for $39.99 plus shipping, and it's part of that huge collection of cameras that I bought, and I've got on average about $3 into each one. Next is a baseball card. This is a Ryan Sandberg memorabilia card. It's got a piece of a bat. This sold for $11.99 free shipping. Let's go out to your name, Jason. Jason, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Sold some Christmas ornaments. It is 3 Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let's see, this one, and this one right here. The 3 of these I've got in a bulk buy, so I've got probably $1 total for the 3 of them invested, and they sold for $16.99 plus shipping. I sold a cooler. I've had this for quite a while. I'd say like 6 months or so. This is a Coleman Oscar cooler. Got it at a garage sale for a couple bucks. It sold for $19.99 plus shipping. All right, next thing we're pulling is a lunchbox underneath all these hats. This is a Ninja Turtle lunchbox with the thermos. This was part of that buy I made with all that vintage clothing and everything. So I don't think I've got much into it, but it did only sell for $9.99 plus shipping. All right, next is some PC games. First is this Star Siege Tribes. This sold for $12.99 free shipping. Next is a fighter pilot game. This is the big box version. This sold for $9.99 plus shipping. It's going to the same buyer. And I got both of these at a garage sale for 50 cents each. Okay, I sold another camera. This one had the original box with it, which is pretty rare to find these old cameras with the boxes. But that collection I just bought, a lot of them did have the boxes. This is an old 2A Brownie box camera. Has the instructions in there too. This sold for $49.99 plus shipping. And one more camera sold. Another box camera. It's a red one, which is kind of uncommon. This sold for $14.99 plus shipping. All right, last thing going out the door is a big item. I got this at a garage sale maybe 6 months ago. I paid $5 for it, and it sold for $89.99 plus shipping. I don't normally mess with used printers, but this one is not going to be used in a home. It's like an office. It's got a wide print, so it prints a lot wider sheets than just a normal printer. And I saw Lonnie over at the Garage Flips channel. He bought one similar to this. His was much newer, and I think he ended up selling it for like $200 or $300. So when I saw this wide printer, I jumped on it and looked it up and saw that it had some value. So keep an eye out for those wide printers. But the normal ones that you see that are just like little at-home printers, those are a dime a dozen. Those are very hard to sell. I got a good question on Instagram I wanted to answer. And if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I'll put the link down below in the description of this video. This is from Fixerman LLC. He says, we usually pass on larger items because of shipping. How do you determine if it's worthwhile or not? So this is in reference to that big printer that I just shipped out. I pulled the trigger on that one because I thought the profit was worthwhile. Anytime I got to ship something big, I got to factor in about a half an hour to really pack it properly. And also storing, it's going to take up some storage space. So typically I like to profit at least $50 or so on larger items like that, because I know it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to have to store it, and it's going to take up space. And another factor that comes into play for me is breakability. Like, how easy is it to break? Obviously I can get insurance and, you know, make sure that I get reimbursed if something happens to it, but I'd rather just not bother with like large glass items. It's just sometimes it's too much of a pain to deal with. Obviously there's, you know, a threshold of an item being too big. I haven't shipped like big pieces of furniture or anything like that. So typically like a 24 by 18 by 18 box, you know, those extra large boxes you find at like Home Depot or Lowe's. Roughly that size is kind of where I draw the line on how big I'm willing to ship something. But it just depends. You know, I've shipped golf bags before, just a wide variety of really big items. So don't be afraid to buy the big stuff. A lot of people don't want to mess with shipping that type of stuff. So that's why there's sometimes some really good money to be made on it, because there's not as much competition. Got some viewer mail this week I wanted to show you guys, but before I do, I want to give a shout out to Joe. He sent me that Phillies baseball a couple weeks ago. I meant to mention his YouTube channel and it just totally slipped my mind. Joe, I'm so sorry. His channel is the Philly Picker. I'll put a link down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. All right, this is from Jim. He says, I wanted to send you a Christmas card, but could not find one that fit. So I found these two, and since you were a true diehard Reds fan, I thought these trading cards would be good to send. Not sure of the value, but being from that area, I figured you would have a better chance to move them, keep them, or whatever. Anyways, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Big Jim. P.S. Go Braves. And he sent a couple of vintage cards. Sparky Anderson, manager of the Big Red Machine, and Johnny Temple. Jim, these are very cool. I don't have these, so I'll gladly keep them. Thank you so much. Okay, next is from Chris, the Patriot Picker. He sent this awesome Reds jersey. This is so cool, and I think it's going to fit me too. So, Chris, thank you so much. He's known on YouTube as the Patriot Picker, and I'll put a link down below to his channel. All right, next is from Brandon. He says, hello, John. Just wanted to thank you for all the great content you provide for all of us. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge. It motivates me to strive harder to grow my eBay business. Hope you have a great 2020. And Brandon sent this Cincinnati, Ohio, Cincinnati Red shirts. Brandon, thank you. I really appreciate it, man. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.